Yeah, so on the last video, we got this thing running, and it's running pretty dang good, but it was low on transmission fluid, so I couldn't actually back it back out of the shop or anything. So let's fix that right now, and then we're going to go out here and actually use it to pull the other truck back in here so we can get that timing chain set on. Alright, man, it ought to move under its own power. I'm going to actually get to back this thing out of here for the first time, man. I've been kind of dragging it in and out, so this is a big moment. So anyway, I'm going to back over here to my daughter's truck. Me, myself, and Darlene, you two, go check her out. We're going to back over there. We're going to hook this thing up to her truck, and we're going to use this to actually pull her truck in here. Hey, she's putting in work on her first day. Look at it. Alright, so obviously you're just gonna, I'm gonna go this way and then you kind of go into the shop.
Okay. It's so cold.
Well, we've been in here working on it for a little while now, and this is what we came up with. Unfortunately, we haven't gone far enough with it. She needs a little more work. We got to dig deeper on this one. Now, if you want to see all the work that went into getting all this to where it is right now, go over and check out Me, Myself, and Darlene. That's my daughter's channel. This is her truck. This is Darlene right here. We've been working on it for a little while now. Get it to this point just to find out that it still doesn't have compression. That's right, we're still not building compression. We went through, we tested it, we did the whole thing. Go over, watch her videos, and you'll see all of that. But here we are. Yeah, over on her channel, you can see in detail exactly we took the whole front of the motor off, did the whole timing chain swap. We did a bunch of stuff to it. So anyway, go check that out, and you'll see all the work in progress. As for right now, I'm going to pull this motor out of here. She's going to get a full-on rebuild. We're not messing around no more, you guys. We're just going to do it to it. And be a good time to show my daughter how to do it. She's never pulled an engine before. This will be her first time doing this. I'm sure most of my subscribers have probably pulled plenty of engines in their day. You don't really need me to show you how to do it. But in case you've never tried it before, this is how you'd go about it, I guess. This is how I go about it anyway. I'm going to start off by draining out the antifreeze, the coolant, and all that. I think we've let it drain down far enough I can take this top hose loose. With those two top hoses out of the way, I'm going to go through and undo my fan and the fan shroud and kind of pull them up out of here all as one piece. How about before we get too carried away, we go ahead and remove this battery. Let's loosen off our alternator belt, kind of help us remove that water pump pulley. Now I can pop the fan off, just let it sit in the bottom of the shroud there. Just like that, and then when I undo these two bolts up top, I can slide that shroud fan and all out of there, get it out of the way. Yeah, these two bolts right here. Supposed to have a couple more on the bottom, but they're broken off, so 2 is all we've got. Now we can bring this up right along with our fan. Oh, they don't know that. Anyway, yeah, you get the idea. We'll just bring it right up out of there. Like that. Get the bottom radiator hose off now. Don't be surprised if this one gets messy. We got our drain pan underneath there, so we should be okay. Wasn't too bad. A little bit did come out, but not too much. Okay, Kayla's joining us now. She's going to help us out. This is going to be her first engine pull, like I said. And I'm going to turn her loose on these cooler lines for your transmission. It's just 2 little hose clamps down there. One right there, just like we did before when we was rebuilding the front of that motor. Go ahead and pop both of those off there and there.
Okay.
Can you see what you're doing over there? All right, good. 1 down, 1 to go.
There we go. All right, got those off. Okay.
Right, yeah. Yeah, just stick it in the back of the truck. Be careful working around this, don't go smacking it.
I'm gonna take my power steering pump off and leave it, and then we'll do the same thing with the AC over here. So first, I'll have to crack this loose, and then I can go after this bolt here. So now with this belt loose, I can move my pulley around because my bolts are actually inside of these holes, and I've got 3 of them. Let's go ahead and get those off. Okay, and then I can just pull my power steering out of the way. Almost. There it goes.
Okay.
Alright, so that was our AC pump belt. So there were 2 other bolts at the bottom. I've already got those out. And then I've got 2 at the top that I have to get out. And then this AC pump will be able to move on out of the way.
Yeah, that back was going to be a little harder to get to. Probably have to get a ratchet on it.
Okay. Ooh.
Can you get on it?
Yep.
If that don't work, let me know. We'll get a wrench.
Let's see. I gotta push down.
Yeah. Didn't give you much room, did they?
There it goes. Okay, that's coming loose.
You got tired of messing around?
Yeah.
Broke out the power tools? All right. Well, that was it. You should be free. That compressor should be able just to kind of be pushed over to the side. We'll just leave it with the truck. There you go. Got it. Nice.
Whew, all right.
So I figured while I was underneath here, I'd go ahead and get some of this stuff done. This is the motor mount here. There's 2 bolts on each side. I'll go ahead and get those undone. And then I think I'll move on to probably getting the exhaust manifold out of the way. And some bell housing bolts, torque converter bolts, all that good stuff. Moving on to this dust shield. I already got the bolts out of it. Let's see if we can't get this to come down out of here. There we go. Now we get our torque converter bolts. So you can't get to none of the torque converter bolts with the pan on, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this cross member, and then we're going to take the pan off, get it out of the way. think we're down to the last bolt on the oil pan. I'll drop this out of the way. Then we can get our torque converter bolts. Yeah, the heater's loud, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, there goes the pan again.
Better check.
Sure. So yeah, having the pan out of the way, we could finally get to the torque converter bolts. There was no way to get to those at all with that pan there. There's that one.
Got one last bolt on this exhaust.
Yeah, that's all we need. Just lay it over to the side. I'll be good enough. This is the fun part. This is where we're going to label everything. This big harness here obviously is going to stay with the truck. It's not going to come with the engine, so we'll have to start unplugging things here, over here, and around over here. There's a few hoses that are going to have to get unplugged. We're just going to label everything. It's just the best way. I don't know any other way to do it. So, you want to start with that? Go for it. Unplug that. That goes straight to the distributor. This is what I want you to do. Wrap both ends with tape and then label both of them A.
Okay.
That way A will plug into A, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Make it like a tag.
Now some of these are self-explanatory, but I don't care. We're going to label everything anyway. We'll even do our little vacuum line here, take it off, and mark it as well. It's one of the heater hoses here. We'll get it out of the way.
You guys, please bear with us on the noise. I've got the heater on because it is freezing out here. It's 25 degrees outside. Crazy.
Fighting to get this other heater hose off. There we are.
Up next, we've got the throttle cables. So we've got a lot of labeling to do here. There's a whole wiring harness here that needs to come off the engine. Okay. Should I go ahead and label this before I get any further?
Yeah, before you get too far ahead of yourself, go ahead and start labeling. Hell, if I was you, I would just go and just write it right on the plug there instead of using tape on that one. Ought to be easy enough, huh? So you kind of figuring it out here?
Yep. Going right along. If I can find the end of my tape.
That's always fun. Huh?
There it is.
Looks like you just about got this part of the harness freed up. Looks like maybe one more plug down in here. Alright, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get all the injectors and everything unplugged next. So got your injectors unplugged. Let's get this one next. Mark that one. Most of this will fall right where it needs to go, so...
Do you have that silver marker?
Hey, there's that wire you was worried about that was broken off.
Yeah,
So you'll be able to fix that now. That's nice.
I've got 2 ground wires right here that I'm going to pop off. That took all the beans.
Yeah, just take that and lay it back and maybe tuck it underneath your windshield wiper. Just something to kind of hold it back out of the way. It's typically how we do it. There you go. That ought to work just fine. So at this point, we pretty much got most of it. I mean, what do we got here? A little vacuum line is going to come over to the canister. We'll go ahead and pop that off right here. What else is there? Not much. Maybe some starter wires. That's about it. Alternator wires. Just little things.
All right.
I'm going to try to do this with the alternator still on it. It's kind of hard to get down in here to this plug, but I think we could do it. Let's see. There's 3 wires that go on this alternator. 2 are screwed on, and then the other one is just a plug. So we've got 2 out of 3 so far. Let's see if we can get that last one. It'll be the hardest one. It's on the very back of the alternator. But this would save us a little bit of time. That way we don't have to actually pull the alternator off. So I had to go from underneath, but I did manage to get all the wires off, so we can leave the alternator on there for now. Okay, I'm going to start cracking bell housing bolts loose. I'll have to get my jack under here in just a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. About right there.
Taking my valve cover off, that way I can put it off to the side and protect it. So a lot of work went into this thing. We want to keep it looking good.
Hung up on your gasket there, but
Okay.
got the starter and everything all undone. I've got I think it's like a kick down cable over here. I've already unbolted. I just undid the whole bracket. That way we can keep it all together as one assembly over here. And that's that piece right there. All as one piece. We'll just set it off to the side, just like that. What do you think, Kayla? Think it's gonna work?
Yep. Hope so.
Already got my chain on here. Let's try this out. Let's see if we can lift it up out of there, break it loose from that transmission. There we go, we're moving. Let me go look underneath. Hopefully you guys can see it, but we are starting to break free from the transmission. There it goes. Hopefully you guys can see that. We're up top now. We're starting to come free from the transmission up top too. See if we can kind of wiggle it forward a little bit. There we go. I felt it come loose. Oh yeah, we're definitely free now. Check that out. We got some space. Kayla, can I get you to jack that up a few times? Give it one more. Okay, let's stop right there. I'm gonna pull on it a little bit more.
Okay.
Let's grab hold of it, see if we can't pull on it a little bit more. I mean, we're free. Check it out.
So just a couple more times?
Yeah, keep jacking it up just a little bit. Keep going. I'm gonna grab this motor mount. There's one of the motor mounts right there. Came out. Just want to keep an eye, especially over on the other side. Just want to make sure nothing's getting tore up or anything.
Maybe it's just getting stuck on the header over here on this big bracket.
Here's the top of the motor mount. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out of here, get it out of the way. It's interfering with my header. And a rag. Anybody get a rag?
Mom's got one in her hand. Isn't it?
So this is actually a broken motor mount. You see that? That's all supposed to be kind of made together there. That's come apart somehow. So I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to replace that for sure. So that's a Rock Auto, AutoZone, or something. I'm trying to hand this to you here.
I don't want it. It's broken.
Okay, hopefully I can get a good shot of this, but basically this motor's got to kind of go forward, so I want to push forward on it. Kayla, can you jack it up a little bit while I hold this forward?
Tell me when. Keep going?
Yeah, keep going. What was that?
Oh, that was just with my handle.
It seems like everything's clearing. There we go. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I see one thing, one little vacuum line that we missed, so we're doing all right. So yeah, we're getting somewhere now. We're about halfway out of the hole. We only got this one little vacuum line that we missed, so we're doing all right. The header is caught up on the dipstick tube, so we'll have to get up there and kind of wiggle that around. But yeah, this thing's about to come out of here. Okay, that took care of the vacuum line.
Oh, look at that. Woo!
That is pretty nice, isn't it? There, okay, that got us unhooked. Now we're good. Go on up with it. Let me check on the other side.
Keep going?
Yeah, keep going. We're good. We'll keep an eye up here, make sure we don't catch on anything.
There's my header.
See a ground strap. We got one more little ground strap over on the other side, and that's it. I promise this time, that's it.
I can't wait to clean all that gunk up.
You going up? Going up with it. Go all the way till it's just about to touch the floor. One more. How about right there? Look at all that cleaning you get to do, Kayla.
I know.
You get really good at clean now.
I know. It'll be like brand new by the time I'm done.
You see how we just left a few little key things like the compressor, that way we don't have to recharge our air conditioning. We left the power steering pump over there, that way we ain't got to mess with any of that. The starter, she's still over there, all wired in. Pretty easy, man. I don't know any easier way to do it than this. Just kind of keep track of everything, label everything. I don't think we have a single nut and bolt, a stray one anywhere, do we? Everything's in its own little container, labeled, everything. We're good to go. Shouldn't have any trouble putting it back together. Well, what do you think? Was it bad? It wasn't too bad, I don't think.
No.
I think the hardest part was right around the starter area. Everything's kind of jam-packed in there, but otherwise, everything's pretty straightforward. Came right out of there, no problems at all, really. So anyway, as for me, I'm going to get on out of here, you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate everybody watching, and I will see y'all next time.